Like, I remember when I was going to school, there was no, I'm trying to think, there wasn't no police officers enough in my school. It was Eastern District. The one that was over there on Rodney and Marcy. But when they made the new one, because they was building the new Eastern District. They changed the name. It's called Grand Street Campus. That's the name of it. And that's where the new one is built at, on Grand Street and Bushwick. But they was building that along with Woodhull Hospital. So they finished the hospital first. But many years after I had my kids. Because my last Terrence and Tandra was born.
I'm gonna kick you in your ass. Why you did that? Oh my God, you're alive. I thought you were going to have
Terrence and Tandra was born in Woodhull Hospital. Mary was born in Woodhull Hospital too. Tandra was born in Roosevelt. I'm trying to think. Who was born in? No, Danielle was born in Roosevelt. So all three of my children was born in Woodhull Hospital. Terrence, Tandra, and Mary. Their records is in. I should get their records. I don't have their medical records. I'm gonna take a trip there and get their medical record. We can get their records. We the parent. We the legal parent. As long as we got our ID. Yeah, I want them. Because they induced labor for Tandra. They induced me for labor for Tandra. But that was because my pelvic bone was not opening. Because in case you didn't know, the woman's bone has to open up. That's where the pain coming at. You think you're getting them pain from them wounds. No. That's them muscles extracting your bones to open. Now, your wounds stretch. To be honest, you don't really feel the wound stretching because you going day by day and week by week with the expansion of your stomach, right? Growing. But you don't feel all of that until delivery comes along. And you still don't feel, now that I'm thinking about it, this is crazy. Since I done had a baby and all that, I done got the concept of what happens to the body without even seeing it because I'm going through it. So you get pregnant, your wound grows. So with your wound, your stomach, you thinking it's your stomach growing, but it's your wound because your stomach is only but that big. You know?
Yeah.
So it's not your stomach growing, it's your wound growing. And your skin on the outside expands, so you automatically think your stomach is growing, for those who don't know. Now, when you get ready to give birth, you start going through labor pains. The labor pains is just the muscles in your lower back and lower body, your lower abdomen, that's pushing the baby out. Now, once you start going into labor and you are in the third trimester, which is you're going through the delivery stage, that bone, that pelvic bone that's down at the bottom, you women, they gotta grow and open. so that that baby can come through. So they had to induce my labor so that it made the contractions come more rapidly because it was going very slow. And the baby was getting, my poor Kendra was getting, what's the word? Frustrated. She was ready to come out, couldn't get out. All right, I'll finish this. Well, I guess I can take y'all in. I ain't gonna close it out. My key pouch. Louis Vuitton. I love Louis Vuitton, but I don't love it like that. I just love certain products that can help me. I got to find out where Smokey, I keep saying Smokey's deceased. Find out where Angel let his little poo-poom out. Okay. So hopefully, wait a minute, I think I got something where I can put. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, so my distress, that's the word I was looking for. Tandra was getting distressed, having distress signals that was coming, and the doctor could tell because you know they put the monitor, they monitor you. Let me show y'all this coat. It's a Burberry. I don't know, I think I got it from the thrift shop, so that looks like bleach. But this is actually a Burberry coat. You believe that? I wish this lining was all the way through. And when I looked at the lining, and I looked at the label, it is wool, nylon, and cashmere. One I was burning up today. 70% wool, 25% polyamide nylon, and 5% cashmere. And I had this coat. This is the back. This is the sleeves. Right? I wish the lining could have went all the way down. This lining could have went all the way down here. But you got some pockets. Here go the pocket. You got two. You got a button pocket, and the pocket look like it's cotton. And it has a zip pocket as well. And the zipper says Burberry. I don't know whether y'all can see it or not, but the zipper does say Burberry. So we got a zip as well. So it's on both sides. Let's see if the buttons as well say Burberry. I don't know whether y'all can see it. They got buttons up here. This is the shoulder part. Yeah, so it had to get bleached. That looked like a bleach dropped on it or something. Yeah, and the same thing over here. Got pockets over here. Zip pocket. And I was like, well, I'm going to start wearing this coat. Bump that. I would go all the way in the back of in the back of Danielle's closet. I don't know where that thing is, but it do sit up. I'm guessing I threw it down in here, but I guess I didn't. Okay. I think Elizabeth may have took it. Isn't this cute? Little license. Child, let me tell you something. When the pandemic was going on, every time you turn around, I was spraying my room. If somebody came in my house sneezing, in here, child, you can bet your fat man, I went and pulled out my spray, which was this one, because it's about gone too. This little one right here. And I was spraying. It's good if it gets into your system, because it, believe it or not, it cleans your system up. I found it. Here it go. So we'll put the phone over here. Okay. So, what I was saying, yeah, so that pelvic bone, it's like this, because you don't use your pelvic bone. That's that bone way deep down. Okay? Deep down, deep, right? So, we don't use that bone. That's just, if you see the pictures of a woman body, that little thing that goes down like that, that is considered our pelvic. And when we get pregnant, that bone has to open so that the baby can come out. And you don't really feel it. I mean, when I say you don't feel it, because you do. But you don't know what's happening to the body. You just feel it's all boiled into contractions. But actually what's happening is the contractions is connected to, let me see if I can give you a little lesson here. The contraction, when a woman starts going through contractions, and you start having contractions, to be honest, I started having contractions about 3 days before I had the baby, before I had Terrence. And they was calling that false labor. That's because the body begins to prepare itself to receive that baby. So now as I was going through those early contractions, not really knowing, I kept going to the hospital. Every time I turned around, I was walking to Woodhall. Sometimes I would take a cab because I just know I'm in labor. And they told me the last time I went, the nurse that went to see me, and the doctor checked me, she was like, no, you're only 2 centimeters. You got a ways to go. You got to get 20. And she was like this, you got to get this big. They say, your vajayjay got to get this big. And I'm like, what, you mean to tell me it's going to get that big? But anyway, she said to me, trust me, when you go into labor, you're going to know you're in labor. Because she was asking me, are you in labor? I was like, I don't know. No, you're not in labor. She laughed. She said, well, you're not in labor. Because when you get in labor, you're going to know you're in labor. Ain't nobody got to tell you or nothing. You like my shirt? Honesty and respect. All right now. So now, I keep going in this bag. I keep forgetting to take out what I need, and that's this. So, when you begin those contractions is preparing the passageway for that baby to come down. So the contractions is what pushes the baby down. So that's your first trimester. You're going through that first trimester of labor. Because you said it was 3 trimesters, 3 stages. That's that, that's the, anesthesia coming out now. Because now, see, the hole is closed up. You see what I'm saying? So, it got to come out my body now. Okay, so anyway. So, it's beginning to prepare itself to make the passageway for the baby. So now, the second one is when you get about 5. Now you going through, now these contractions, it's coming a little bit more rapidly and lasting a little bit longer. But not as long as it will last when the baby's right there, right? When the baby's right there, it'll come more quicker, but it'll last longer. Whereas when it's preparing itself, it'll come longer and last quick. Meaning that in between each contraction, you'll have time. Like every hour, I'll get a contraction. But then it'll be long and hard. That's the opening. That's the opening part of you. That's the body opening up. So, remember, I said you got to get this big. So that pelvic bone, we're going to go right to what I was saying about Tandra. When it came time for Tandra to come, the pelvic bone was not opening up. That pelvic bone was not moving. I would get the contraction, but the contraction wouldn't be strong enough to bring it open, right? So I'm going to say I was about, because you got to get 10 centimeters. So I think I was about 8. See, now my mouth feels so much better because I'm able to push it. I didn't push it up. So I took the time out and push it all the way up in my mouth because I didn't push it yesterday. So it had me, yesterday I had it halfway up there. So my mouth was like this. But I got it in there. Okay, not going to teeth because that's another story. We're going to talk about teeth too. So now, my bone was not opening. So they had to let me go check. Usually, not all the time, but half of the time when he barks, just because somebody's knocking at the door, I'll be right back. Huh? Yeah, you, no, depending? Yeah. Mm-hmm. When he barks, he goes somebody at the door. Okay, that was my grandson coming home from school. My oldest boy, J-Boy. J-Boy is staying with me now. I'm so excited. I told him, I said, you and Jamal is coming to church for Christmas. I don't want to hear nothing else. Tell your daddy to get yourself a suit. And let's do this. So while I'm talking, I'm gonna go and wipe this off and put this one on. This is a new one I bought, and it is called Black Brown. And it's kind of like a little bit darker than my skin, but it's not as dark as the black. And it's not as dark as, what is that? I'm always losing that. But anyway, that's the black. I don't know where my black pencil is. I keep losing my black pencil. No. But I think I pushed it down. Here we go. So this is the black. This is the one. Oh, excuse me, that's on my eye. Sometimes I will put this color on, which is actually this color. It is This color is, let me see. This is also a dark brown. You see the difference between the company? This is dark brown, this is dark brown. This is black brown. What am I talking about? Black brown. And then another thing is because since that was a surgery in my mouth, it was kind of hard for me to spit and bring up that anesthesia through my mouth because of the simple fact I couldn't. It was sore. But anyway, let's stay on what we're talking about. So now, as the I was talking about the pain, the long one. So okay, when it's opening, then you will have quick contractions. No, I think it's quick contractions and long pressure. No, because as you getting into that third, the contractions come quick. So it'll be long in between. So it'll be like every hour you get a contraction, but you'll get a more longer push. So a contraction will come. Yeah, that's how I would get a contraction and I could feel it coming. I'll be like, so it'll be like up here. And I'll be like, because I used to feel it all in my chest. That was the baby. It was actually preparing itself. So, and the baby turning, sometimes I would feel knots in me, but they would say that was the baby turning, preparing itself to go into the birth canal, because it's considered a birth canal. So the birth canal is down there where that pelvic is, because it's like a little hen, and the baby sits in there. So that's why it's considered breech. If the booty is down there, it's supposed to be like this. So as it opens up, the head comes through. But if it opens up and the booty is there, the booty, you can't, because that's a bone, so you can't really break the bone of the baby. But the head, that's why that head, Lord, I'm telling you, thinking about it, you see how beautiful the Lord made the body and the baby, so that the baby head, even though it's being pushed to come through, it's not going to affect the brain, because the brain has not been made yet. Lord have mercy. But you can't bring the butt through, because the butt is the butt. That's your bone, so you can't break that bone. But anyway, so now, with that being said, as the contractions, as the birth canal prepares itself for the baby, the contractions come more slower, longer apart, but more harder as it's opening up that birth canal. And as it starts going into the third trimester, the contractions start coming quicker behind each other like this, and lasting a long time. Yeah, so what happens is that the difference is when the birth canal is prepared for the baby, then the baby start coming down. And now you only feel those muscles pushing. And as a baby, for you to have babies, you can feel the baby coming down, because now that birth canal is open up. That pelvic bone that was closed up like this has now opened till it's here. And when it opens this wide, then that head can come through. So that's 10 fingers. They say there's 10 fingers. So since the birth canal is open and the contractions start coming quicker, because it's pushing that baby down. Pushing it. So you don't really feel all that hardness no more, because everything is open. So now when it gets to a point where it's stuck, then that's where you get stitches. Because now the head is a little bit bigger than 10 inches. That's why they say a size head, what is like maybe about 20. So your head grow 10 more centimeters when you become adult, right? So you should have like at least a 20 or 21 head. So my head is still tiny, like I just was born, you know? So I got like 20, I think my head is like 21 and a half. But they said the normal head, well, a normal size or the medium size head is a 22, 23 to a 24, something like that. But anyway, so now as the baby starts coming, this is what was happening with Tandra. Everything was ready for the baby, but my pelvis bone went open. So now I'm hitting 7, I'm hitting 8. And then it got to the point where Tandra just sat there because my body was not bringing her out no more. Even though I was going through the contraction, and the contraction was pushing her head up against the pelvis bone, but the pelvis bone wasn't open. So it was a midwife that delivered Tandra. It wasn't a doctor. The doctor came and examined them and everything. But it was when they had midwives. I don't know if they still got midwives today, because my last child I had was in 1992, and there wasn't no midwife then. So Tandra was born 1983. So I think Daniel had a midwife. I think she had a midwife in there with her. But anyway. So it started coming, but it would stay there. So what happened was that the midwife was noticing. Because I tell you, once there's a midwife there, the doctors don't too much, they don't be there all the time. They don't be paying attention like that. Unless the midwife need the doctor. The doctor came maybe every hour to check and make sure everything was okay. But once the midwife caught on to it and saw that the baby was not coming out. So I guess she went to the doctor, and the doctor came and checked and looked. And I was in that labor. I was going through labor for a long time. I was supposed to have done had that baby. So she was like, "You supposed to have not had this baby, Miss Jordan. You 8 centimeters? It don't take that long." Sometimes it takes longer, like for some people. But if it takes longer, it's because of that pelvic bone. So she went and induced my labor. And Lord have mercy. It was in a matter of 10 minutes. Them contractions was coming quick. And the pelvic bone started opening up. And Tandra came out. So it was a joy, It's just like the Bible say. You go through that woman travail with that for that time and moment. And when that baby come out, you got so much joy, and you don't forgot all about that pain. That I cannot. I need they really put these things on here, so look at this. I don't even see no place where you're supposed to. I'm thinking it's down here. Okay. So that is the story of a lovely lady. Okay, so we got it. So I should have opened it from this way. But it's too late now, so I'm going to keep going till I get it all. So my baby came out, and came out the lady that it's a girl, and she was 6 pounds. I think she was 6 pounds. No, she was 5 pounds. No, she was 6 pounds, but her length was, dang, I can't remember. I remember for a long time. I'm in age now, because I knew the pounds of my kids, and I knew the length of them. Terrence was tall, so Terrence was 22 inches. So he was long. He wasn't so much as tall, but he was long. Oh man, they got one of these things at the end. I don't be wasting my money with those things, because I don't too much use the spooler, because I ain't got no eyebrows to be spooling. Oh, so maybe it's one on each side. I hope so. Oh, this is the spooler side, and the other side is a... Yeah, because the spooler, I be watching the people doing it on their YouTube channel, but it kind of pull mine out. Because I ain't got no eyebrow. Oh, wait. That kind of like took off some of the darkness. Make it so dark. Okay. So we're going to clean that right quick and take that off. Got the little cotton thing. Okay, so this is black, as you can see. So we're going to see. This is the spooler. As again, it's dark black brown. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, this is kind of like made like this one. This one is from that website y'all see on Instagram or wherever. El Mackey. But this was nice. This was espresso, I think. Yeah, this was espresso. But this was a nice color. When I first got it, I didn't like it. But it's made like, I don't know, it's a round circle. I don't know what I'm talking about. Put your tail back in there. I'm all wrong. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. So let's see. I gotta look in this mirror. Oh, come on. Oh, today is the 16th. Oh my God. We missed the, oh my goodness. See, it's a shame people don't remind you of things. I'm thinking today is the 15th. Today is the 16th. Nobody didn't remind me. Oh, man. Let me see. Did I get any? I'll be right back.